two attempts have ever been done successfully, one solo and one with a partner. And those are technically two different things, although at the end of the day, it's still the through hike. And so mixed with my stoke and my fire, like the fire burning inside of me for these mountains, and just my love for being able to challenge myself, like trail running, I love it. I'm excited to see where that goes, and being able to just be like, I want to go to Haystack in like 2 hours. I'm just going to eat lunch, get my pack with just the bars and the water that I need, and just trail run. Once I found that I had that ability now, and really just the want to do it, it fueled me even more. Because what sucks is doing a 12-hour day to get a mountain. If you could do it so fast and you find a way to do it, you're going to do that. And so trail running and being able to just get to these mountains fast, that was one way I found, I don't know why, I just love it. And then just being able to rest on the peak for like an hour and just sit there. Like I did that this summer. I trail ran to Marcy, sat there for 3 hours, and then boom, on the way back, an hour and 30 minutes back to my car. And so with this desire and everything, I really started to plot out and set my mind on the unsupported record. And later this summer, I will actually be training once the 46, this single season is kind of like getting me really just like acclimated through from last summer, kind of in between to this summer. It's that's
holding you over,
sure.
If anything, really.
And it's still a different game because my diet, I don't have a diet right now. I just need to eat whatever. And eventually I'll be becoming plant-based in this training, and I have a ton of training this summer. I will finish, once I finish my single season, I will be 2.5 times a 46er, and then once mud season is kind of like starting up and whatever, from then into June, I'll go and finish my third round right there, trail running, all that stuff, and starting to get acclimated. And then I will be piecing together all these other routes and stuff like that I will be doing this summer, because I have the whole map. I have it all plotted out. There's just a couple things that I need to go out and test, make sure that I get it down and know what I'm doing. And then after that, I'll run it through once, kind of like connecting the days and whatever, but I'll become a 46er the fourth time right before I do the attempt. And then the attempt, if it's successful, which I am going to be doing solo, will be the fifth time. And I have these I want to break the record. I do. And it's hard to really explain to people who might not understand it, why that is an important thing to some. And just like how someone wants to set out, like one day they run their first 5K and then they want to run a marathon, is
too big a leap.
Yeah. And that is essentially the same type of desire inside of me. Right now, the fastest time of the unsupported is 7 days and 2 hours. And I want to destroy that.
I want you to destroy that.
I want to destroy that so bad. And the more and more I get out there into the peaks, the more and more I see how reachable, how almost like, I know this isn't true at all, but the more and more I get out there and the more I study it, my route and what I want to do, the easier it's becoming in my mind. But that is then in return fueling even a bigger desire, knowing that it's more tangible. It will be by no means easy. I mean, we're talking average 28 miles a day with 11,000 vert back to back for 7 days in a row.
Those are some days. Those are some big days.
But I know I've seen my abilities, and I am so excited. And I probably won't be doing as much documentation, video, and stuff like that this summer, just because I need to be focusing on that. And as well as I am actually going to be able to be like a full-time guide as well. I have my guide's license now, and I work through High Peaks Mountain Guides, which is High Peak Cyclery, where I work now. And so through them, I'll be able to be a guide like 1 or 2 days a week. I'll go out and be able to take families and people and take them up their first high peaks and huge days, and that'll be really, really awesome. And so, I mean, just being able to see the whole spectrum of things at the end of it, being able to come here, kind of create this photographic career, this name for myself, and being able to, at the end of the day, being like, I get to do what I love, is something that I do not take for granted. And I am so grateful that there's a community here of people who care about that and who want to see that stuff. Photography can be it can be a really selfless thing. Or sorry, it's a really selfish thing rather, because a lot of people are like, oh, look at this good picture, look at me, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, like, I'm taking these pictures because I love sharing that with other people, because it's also, these people are experiencing the same thing I am, and they mutually feel the exact same stoke, and I love being able to mutually just share that with everyone. And so to me, I'm taking the pictures and these videos for other people. Like, and the thing for the record, literally the unsupported record, I would do it whether or not people knew about it or not. Like, I want it so bad. Like,
yeah,
I want
sure.
to do it. It's my dream. And so that is just kind of like, it went from me hating my very first high peak hike and being like, oh my gosh, what is this stuff? And just seeing it turn into just like that.
Your life.
It's just like, wow. And I'm only 22. So I don't know. I have big ambitions, and whether or not the attempt is successful, we'll see. I could easily break my ankle or something like that, or get hurt, tear my ACL between now and the training. There's so many things that could happen. I could attempt it and just be like, my goal is to push myself as hard as I can, because I have not found that barrier yet where I turn around or I give up. The closest I've ever come was when I did the Seward Range and the San Antonio Range in a single day in 2018, which was 37 miles, and I had to orphan Kuxakraga, not because I was physically drained. The thing is, we took so much time trying to get to there, because it was the first time we ever did something like that, me and my buddy Noah. But once we got there, we were running out of water, running out of food, completely out of daylight, and of course, on top of that, we were exhausted. I could have done it, but it would not have been wise thing to do.
Sure.
Other than that, once I have the timing, once I have the route, once I have the pacing, once I have every single thing that I need, and I know it like the back of my hand of what I'm doing, I want to find my goal. Like, I want to see how far I could push myself. And I frankly think that I have the ability to do it. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm so stoked, because I see the potential. And what's after that, I have no clue. I really just want to get through the summer. I have all these ambitions, and just kind of taking one day at a time now. What's really important is taking one day at a time, because tomorrow will worry about itself when the time comes. The day has enough trouble as it is already. And so everyone just take it slow. If you're an aspiring 46er, that's my biggest advice, is just enjoy it, because it's only going to happen for you once. That journey of becoming the 46er, taking every single mountain, and at the end of the day, remember what it feels like at the end of the hike, for it to suck, and then mix that together with what it feels like to just getting ready to get onto your next peak, and just kind of use those tools to fuel yourself and to grow. There's so many things you can learn in the journey, and I look forward to meeting a lot of you people as well. It's been really awesome being able to meet so many people on the trail, and just hearing their words of encouragement, and being able to have a platform where I can encourage others as well.
It really is a great journey, and it's funny that you just mentioned that. At the end of a hike, when you just feel just dead, your feet hurt so badly, you just think, I need a break from the woods. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, I could get back out there tomorrow.
It's weird.
It's a very strange feeling, and it's
hobby.
Phenomenal. I've said it before. It's a very strange hobby that
something you said that's been stuck in my mind
that
for
we
the last
partake in. And you are a very meticulous person. I've been on a number of hikes with you now. You are an encyclopedia of the Adirondacks, which shows how much you love it, and how much you study the hell out of what you're doing, what you're looking at. I mean, it's amazing, and I feel very confident that you are going to definitely give this fastest known time record a run for its money. And let's we're going to start to wrap things up here with some final questions. We've already gone through what you have in your pack. Real quick, what do you think makes the Adirondack Park a special place? What's in your opinion, what makes this unique, this park?
Every person has a desire for the outdoors, whether they know it or not. I really do believe it's within every person. And for some, that journey starts with a step outside and really just actually deciding to take hold of that. And sometimes for people that might be go somewhere that's not where you live, for example, what I did. And once you get connected to a place in the outdoors specifically, you'll never be the same. That's something that I touch on my Journey of a 46er video. And the thing that I found that makes this place so special and so unique, that answer is the same thing for every person, even though it's different. It's a different same meeting. And I know that's weird, but what it is like how it brings everyone together shows that it all has this mutual, like almost tangible relationship. It's a lot of people will describe it as a relationship, and that is exactly what it is. Like, it's not a vague answer. Like, it's a romantic relationship that you can go on with a personal journey that the 46 High Peaks will offer that the whites can't. I know a lot of people that might that might hear this might love the whites, and that's not a problem at all. The whites are awesome. Okay, they're their own different thing, but you can't compare them to the Adirondacks. And I'm not trying to discount the White Mountains. Like, I'm just going to correct myself right there. Like, the whites are great, and they will provide their own emotional and relationship journey for those people. But it's something you can't compare to the Adirondacks. And there's something about the community here and the people that just makes everyone so protective about it. Like, it becomes part of their life. Every single person, these mountains are attached to their life. It has impacted their life in some way. And every single person, every person has eternity in their heart. Every person is born to have that, just to have certain things in their life to be filled, to take place. And that's different for other people. But I know the Adirondacks are able to be that answer for a lot of people. And I'm not looking at this place like it is the one sole thing that completes me, because it's not. There are many things. And this park is just eventually it is a means to an end. It is not going to be the end all be all. I mean, especially because, like, even though the Adirondacks can offer a million things, it still at the end of the day can only offer so much. And I do want a lot of people to know, like, don't put all of your time and your being into this place, because it will eventually drain you. It really will. A lot of things can. But for the meantime, enjoy it. Enjoy that stoke. Enjoy that relationship. And I think that's the one thing that this park has to offer, is just that exceptional feeling of accomplishment and the relationship and the beauty of it.
Absolutely. Well said. And leading me into my final question, why do you hike? As we just were talking about, it's a strange hobby, the amount of wear and tear you put on your body to do it. No one's making you climb 1,000 feet of elevation in half a mile. No one's making you do any of this stuff. And it's hard on the body. It's hard on the mind. It's awesome on the summit. But, for everyone, there's a bigger picture.
Yeah.
And why do you hike, Jonathan?
I do it for the free Wyatt's Tex-Mex.
Amen.
No, no, just kidding.
Brisket and macaroni and cheese on one burrito? God.
Yeah. Anyways, my answer, pretty short. It's a mix of my photographic. It was fueled by my photographic innate desire to seek out the landscapes, and I found out the High Peaks offered that, mixed with the challenge. And I think that's a similar answer for everyone, but they're discovering that challenge differently. And for me, being able to, like I said, through the thru hike is a great example. Like, I have been able to see my potential as a person, and that just fuels me. Just being like, oh my gosh, like this is so awesome. And as well as that, mixed with the relationship aspect, it just like makes me want to learn and discover and be out there more and more and more. And so with the photography mixed with just the challenge of these mountains and what they offer and what that turns into, is something that you can't find anywhere else.
Awesome. Now, where can people find you online?
You can find me on my Instagram at Jonathan Z Photography, YouTube channel Jonathan Zaharek. You can just Google my name and find out every single thing about me, which is very creepy. And through there, you can purchase pictures. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and there's right now weekly content of the 46 High Peaks.
All right. Looks like that's going to wrap us up here on this first edition of the Summit Sessions. Thanks so much to Jonathan Zaharek for coming by and talking shop today. And definitely mark